Your phone buzzes, the timeline scrolls, a stray idea flares and fades. You breathe and tune your senses. Neon hum, distant elevator ping, ceramic gently touching the desk. Instead of swatting distractions, you trap their sparks. Today is not a purge, it is a conversion. You will turn noise into oxygen and steer it toward one valued outcome.
The method is plein. Catch, label, return.
Curiosity goes first. Judgment waits its turn. Fragments become threads, threads become lines, lines become form. By dusk, those lines can outline something living and precise.
This is the promised end de pressure. To let the world in without letting it take over.
Start small, start now, and keep your anchor named. We were told to chase perfect focus, to build clean rooms for thought.
Yet sterile rooms grow nothing wild.
The mind ties breakthroughs from mismatched fibers, a headline, an overheard sigh, a pattern in window glare.
Absolute contrôle flattant surprise and starve intuition. Retire the myth of total silence.
Design for porous attention instead. Create channels, not walls. Let low-stakes drift coexist beside high-stakes craft. Protect the core while letting novelty graze its edges. Keep the brief visible, the objective stated, the time box clear. Creativity wants contrast and friction to spark against. Scan a typical hour and watch rhythms rise and fall. Focus crests, dips, returns, then thins again.
Your biology pulse like lights on harbor at dusk.
Forcing a straight beam all day only burns the filament and dims tomorrow. Accept the tide and map it.
Mark your bright windows and your dim ones.
Put analysis in the bright.
Puis collection in the dimanche. When energy scattée, you forage.
When energy gathers, you build. The hinge between modes is a lever you can oil. Name the lever, schedule it, and respect it. The day stops squeaking and starts to glide. Unexpected connections are crafted from collisions. Let them happen on purpose. Read a concise, unrelated paragraph, then revisit your brief. Glance at a sketch, then examine your data.
Walk a short loop and return.
Each tiny sidestep loosens a stuck seam and refreshes the lens. You are not losing the thread. You are weaving it through new cloth. The core stays named. The periphery rotates. Keep contrasts brief and grounded. Set a tiny anchor, title, main verb, outcome, before every detour. Then bounce out and back with intent. The result is surprise that serves the goal. Not every interruption is a gift. Some leak energy with a slow hiss. Learn the texture of each. A colleague's quick note that nudges a fresh angle can feed the day.
A looping notification can fog it. Track effect, note feeling.
After each diversion, mark energy up, flat, or down. Within a week, patterns emerge and guide your filters. Keep the up, neutralize the down, corral the rest. This is triage, not judgment. It builds a personal map of triggers worth courting. You stop fighting everything and start selecting deliberately. That shift reduces friction, frees attention for the work, and turns your day from defense into design. Over time, the ledger becomes predictive, showing where to invite a spark and where to close the door. Selection demands a guardrail.
Practice deliberate toggle.
Before engaging, ask, does this help the next concrete step? If yes, permit a narrow window. If no, release it without drama.
Qui pas visible que formeb.
Your attention becomes a lens you can refocus with a touch. Micro-questions guide you. What am I solving? What matters in the next hour? What can safely wait? Each answer saves a dozen minutes of drift. Over weeks, these toggles become reflexes. The aim is not saintly austerity. It is appropriate intensity. You cultivate a stance that welcomes useful novelty while protecting momentum. That stance makes focus feel chosen, not forced, which is why it lasts when pressure climbs and timelines tighten. Build capture that works at hallway speed. One gesture, one line, one bucket. Title the fragment with a verb and a noun. Tag its context and potential use. Do not polish.
Do not evaluate.
Just catch and name.
Store everything in a single inbox you trust.
That trust is the magic. Without it, you will cling or discard at the wrong moment. With it, you can return to the main track within seconds. The fragment will wait, labeled and findable, ready to be fed to tomorrow's sprint. This is your net for sparks, your archive for drift, and your proof that ideas are never lost, only staged for their moment to be shaped and used. Schedule short review windows to mine the pile. 10 minutes after lunch. 10 minutes before close. In each window, sort fragments into 3 trays. Build now, explore later, archive. Translate promising bits into prompts. Compare X to Y, outline a counterargument, storyboard a scene. Link 3 fragments to form a hypothesis. Link 2 to design a test.
Keep movement quick and forgiving.
Reviews are the threshing floor where chaff becomes mulch and kernels become seeds. You finish with a short list of next actions, a list of curiosities, and a calm sense that the chaos is accounted for and your roadmap is real for the next block. The pile becomes lighter each pass, and confidence rises, because selection happens on schedule, not inside your best production minutes. Work in pulses that respect human arcs. Set a modest sprint and a brief recess. In the sprint, attack one defined outcome. In the recess, stand, breathe, and soften your gaze on distant shapes. If novelty tugs, give it a measured path. Skim a related note, sketch a quick box, rename a file. Then re-enter the lane. The pause vents stale buildup and restores control. Returning with intent is the skill. The break is only a bridge. Each loop cleans the lens a little more. Across a day, dozens of resets yield steadier output and clearer judgment, without pretending you can concentrate like a statue. You finish tired in the right way, used up by meaningful effort, not frayed by resistance to the world's small signals. Treat your space as a score you can arrange. Angle your chair toward natural light for analysis. Move to a quiet corner for evaluation. Keep a neutral surface within view for visual rest. Rotate stimuli by project phase. Imagery for concepts, data for pruning, silence for assembly. Prepare tiny rituals to turn detours into entry ramps. Rename the brief aloud, draw 3 boxes, write decision criteria at the top of the page. Make it physical, audible, or visible. The ritual is not a cage, it is a runway. You feel momentum underfoot before the first word or pixel appears. By choreographing cues, you reduce friction and shorten the gap between spark and structure, which is where most projects quietly stall. By evening, your log shows sparks captured, sorted, built. The day felt less like swatting and more like shaping. Distractions did not vanish, they changed jobs. You framed them, timed them, and drafted them into service. The metric is not hours of perfect stillness, it is depth of honest progress. Tomorrow you will repeat the pattern. Design for porous attention, collect with care, review with speed, and build with focus. Sustained practice makes this natural.
What on scattered you now feeds you.
You leave knowing exactly what to do next, and you trust that surprises will help, not derail, your momentum. The promise you made this morning has been kept. Noise became oxygen, and the work advanced with clarity, pace, and room for discovery.